Ask questions, expose their assumptions. Rather than immediately exchange insults, ask the person to explain the statement. What do you mean by that? What evidence supports that conclusion? Are you describing one person or an entire race? Would you apply that same standard to your own group? You can ask these questions. Have you personally spent time with people you're describing? Can we criticize specific behavior without condemning an entire race? Because questions force people to hear the weakness of their own generalizations. And that's what it is. Sometimes generalizations is a weakness. We can ask. And that's a responsible thing to do because perhaps it can start conversation because the other person might not know. We can challenge the statement without dehumanizing the speaker. You can say, well, that statement assigns one behavior to millions of different people. I don't agree with judging someone's character by race. You may have had a bad experience, but that individual does not represent the entire group. We can discuss crime and culture and immigration, history and public policy without treating people as inferior. That joke may seem harmless to you, but it depends on humiliating an entire group. The joke depends on humiliating an entire group. You can attack the idea rather than destroying the person. You can establish boundaries. It's not productive. Conversations, now not the time. I'll discuss difficult racial issues with you, but I'm not going to participate in racial insults. You may have your opinions, but you may not speak to me that way. If you continue making those comments around my children, we'll leave. If I'm ending this conversation because it has become disrespectful. Again, we're talking about dealing with someone that is probably racist. Boundaries protect dignity without requiring hatred. So it's okay to walk away. And then document workplace or school incidents. If it occurs at work or school, record the facts, write it down, time and date. And that's a good thing to do with all kinds of stuff. Any type of altercation. The exact words or actions, who witnessed the incident, whether similar conduct happened previously, how supervisors, administrators responded, maybe record any relevant emails, messages, or evaluations, policies. Documentation should focus on observable facts, rather than emotional exaggerations. So instead of writing, my manager is an evil, racist person who hates everyone, you could write something like, on July 8th, during a staff meeting, my manager made the following statement in front of these 4 employees. Specific evidence is more credible than broad labels. So again, maybe just some steps when you're dealing with. And then, of course, you want to report anything that's threatening or illegal. Call 911. And then finally, how should you respond when accused of racism? Because, being accused of racism can produce fear, anger, embarrassment, and defensiveness. Now, some accusations could be justified. Some involve genuine harm, even when the person did not intend it. Although we do have to be a little bit careful there because there's a lot of people that will say, well, it doesn't matter what you think, it's how I feel, and their feelings aren't true. Like they're making it up because they're an activist, or they're making it up because maybe they're racist. So again, logic, common sense, reason, good judgment. But we're going to talk in good faith here.